Biddy fam to the number one Bitcoin pod. In today's show, we'll be discussing Bitcoin eyeing 105,000 pre-FOMC as Trump reveals Iran asks for dialogue. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser, not having any Bitcoin will mean you are effectively broke and homeless. Nobody will take your USD or fiat to pay for anything. Why would anyone swap goods and services for worthless paper issued by a bankrupt government? The buying panic will be intense. You've been warned. We'll also be discussing Murphy's life over in El Salvador doing God's work, says looking for 5 nomads. Looking to join our community? You will pay $0 for your lot. I'll be breaking this down for you and shout out Murphy's life. We'll also be discussing Norwegian crypto firm K33 raising more funds to buy up the Biddy, up to 1,000 of the BTC. Also, Europe's first Bitcoin treasury firm buys another 20 million worth of Bitcoin, now holds over 170 million. Also, breaking news, the Genius Act can now make stablecoins part of the U.S. financial infrastructure. It is official. Also, Bitcoin Reserve Bill enters Ukrainian parliament in a historic move. We'll also be discussing Billionaire Mike Novogratz expects 1 million Biddy price due to these 2 specific catalysts I'll be breaking down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. Now, welcome everyone to the live stream. I got a lot to share with you guys. A lot of very special updates as well, big announcements. So let's get right into it before we even kick off the show. Let's see if we're streaming on X. Excellent. The new account is officially a premium account, so I can now stream from it. And you know what that means? This is my final YouTube stream of all time. I'm streaming one last time today. As a final reminder, if you're watching on YouTube, this will be the final stream from the YouTube channel, meaning you're going to have to go to the Rumble or X. I do have a new X account, which is BTC News Alerts, because the primary account for Crypto News Alerts got hacked 6 days ago. And this is what support responded with. I mean, talk about useless, worthless support. So this is what I wrote a little earlier on my profile. After 6 days of waiting, X support to get back to me regarding my premium account hacked, I finally got an email today stating, "Hello, thanks for reaching out to us. We have investigated your report, and it seems like you still have control of your account." So naturally, I responded and said, no, that's inaccurate. I have no control of the account. The hackers have control of the account. They changed my 2-factor authenticator, resetting it. They changed my password, and they also changed the email. So I have no access to it whatsoever, hence why I created the new accounts. So for those that don't know, this is the new account, the new primary account. This is the verified account, and it'll officially show up as verified with a blue check, probably within 24, 48 hours. Notice it says under review because I just requested it last night. So the former account, Crypto News Alerts, will no longer obviously be verified as of today, which is good. And as of right now, I still have no control of that account. So I just created a couple of new backup accounts, Bitcoin Cafe 11, which you'll see in the description, as well as BTC News Alerts 11. These are 2 new backup accounts because I've come to the conclusion YouTube and X support are literally useless. Like, maybe they're just minimum wage workers overwhelmed and too much to deal with, but they have been no help whatsoever since getting my YouTube channel completely demonetized and under attack. They have been no help. And I must say, X has been just as helpless as the YouTube support. So please support us on the Rumble and please support us on the X because, again, this is the final YouTube transmission we will ever stream on the YouTube channel. But with that being said, bye-bye to the tubes. Shout out everyone in that live chat. We got Chelsea, we got Jeff, we got Rebecca, we got Claire Hawaii, Mr. Corvette, we got Beachside, we got a lot of the fam-a-lam here. I'm going to go ahead and pin the stream to the top of the X profile. You guys know the drill. All comments and quotes of the live stream will get reposted. You just note it's BTC News Alerts. The Crypto News Yes handle is currently hacked and I have no control over it. Hence why moving forward, this is the new focus, BTC News Alerts. And if you don't know, now you know. Shout out Melda the Witch, Darth Melda in the building. Shout out Sweet Biddy, McGee, JC Ice, Max Keiser, and everyone for supporting the show. Brandon Martin, Murphy's Life. I appreciate you guys. The Orange Pill Podcast, of course. Yeah, I mean, be careful what you do with emails and texts from someone you don't exactly Exactly. Never click on a link from an email is what I discovered, especially a social media particular account, because there's a lot of phishing attacks out there. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, it's wild. The attacks have been relentless. And I'm seeking a coffee sponsorship. I do start each and every live stream off with a double shot of espresso. If there's any coffee companies out there, it may be a good fit for the show. Let me know. Send me some coffee, and maybe we'll do a little promotion here. Shout out Chris. Good to have you here. Let me know where you're tuned in from. As you know, this is live and interactive each and every day. It's a 2-hour live stream. Bitcoin's been correcting off the back of the news with the Iran conflict in the Middle East, obviously with Israel. Unfortunately, it seems Trump is in full support of doing some destruction to the country of Iran. So prayers out there for everyone, affected by whatever wars are going on around the world, which always is never fun. But yeah, it's a crazy time. Pennsylvania representing, word up. Word up. But yeah, I'm checking the feed. I'll do my best to repost you guys. I do have the backup accounts now, so it's all good. We're live again on the X. And again, we're live on Rumble, and this is the final live on YouTube. Since they demonetized the channel, we will no longer support the YouTube. And with that being shared, go grab your espresso double shot caffeine for the bloodstream. We got Nippinator Chillaxin, former chairman of the SEC, living his best life. You can probably spot his nuts and his tail right there. Yeah, I mean, there's the proof of work for you. Let's get it. And shout out East Afro King, always an honor, brother. Yeah, so if you have an active membership on YouTube, it should have already been canceled when I got demonetized. The silver lining, you can create an active membership over on Rumble. Don't send any money to YouTube. They are the lizard folk. They are the forces of evil, as far as I am concerned. So I will no longer support their platform. And so head on over to the Rumble. My direct new URL for the Rumble is bitcoinnewsalerts.net. As you know, we rebranded a couple of episodes ago. So moving forward, it's no longer CNA. There's no crypto news alerts. It's BNA, Bitcoin News Alerts, JV with the Bitcoin Cafe. Let's get it.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
You asked what's the handle on X. You could either type in Bitcoin News Alerts into the search or use the direct handle BTC News Alerts. Here's what it looks like. And so you're on the right account. There's 572 followers. I had to build from scratch. Again, my primary account with over 40,000 followers has been hacked by hackers, and I have yet to recover it. So this is the new account again, BTC News Alerts. And make sure to follow the backup accounts as well. Repost the stream. All comments and quotes of the live stream, I'll do my best to repost throughout today's stream. There is no second best.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Let me know if you agree with the Giga Chad.
Take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin.
And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it.
And again, welcome everyone joining the live stream. Let's get it. Happy 420 in advance. JV streaming live from Puerto Rico. BNA in the building. Let's go.
If you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business, it's in your family for 37 years, and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth, which is Bitcoin.
Exactly. It's going up forever, Laura. Well said, brother. So yeah, I'm just reposting everyone. I also just created a Truth Social account for BTC News Alerts. So you'll be able to find me there. So shout out to our Oracle for nudging me to do so. I greatly appreciate that. But the account is official. I set it up right before the stream. So you guys can find me over there. If any of you guys are on that particular network, let's get it. But yeah, Bitcoin is the Dow Jones of the crypto world, says VSR. Melda in the building. Bitcoin will hit 1 million. Absolutely, Juju. You already know I love BNA better because we don't support the crap coins. Exactly. I do like the vibe of BNA better as well. B comes before C in the alphabet. So screw crypto. It's too much scams and hackers involved in that. Yeah, I mean, ironic enough, the hackers who hacked the Crypto News Alerts X account was pumping the shitcoin scams on Pump Fund. And it's ironic that Pump Fund actually got delisted and terminated from X, their official account, as well as their CEO. So it's been wild, Joe. Yeah, I mean, but you already know it is what it is. Forces of evil are always going to be on attack. And we're holding down the HODL house as we do best each and every day. Exactly. Miller Time put X, YouTube, and Facebook support all useless. I mean, I couldn't agree more with that statement. I know from firsthand experience, they're helpless. So if you get hacked, God bless you. I think it'll be best you just do what I did, create a brand new account and build, because you're more likely to be able to regain your... It's crazy because I just lost 120,000 subscribers and followers between the YouTube debacle being under attack by the forces of evil in the Matrix. And then, of course, with the recent X hack, it's 77,000 subscribers from the YouTube channel gone because I'm no longer supporting YouTube as a platform. And then the 40,000 plus followers on X gone due to a hack. And support was able to do jack shit. They weren't able to help me whatsoever. So here I am. It took me 7 years to achieve that. Hopefully we can achieve it again in maybe 7 months. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But I am faithful. We'll be able to rebuild. So it's all good. And maybe it's for the better because it forced me to rebrand. So looking back, it's time for the Bitcoin to shine. I heard they shut down some banks in the Middle East. They're supposed to have been like a $58 million hack from an Iran bank. I did read something like that, which is pretty crazy. Thank you, Oracle. I followed you on Truth Social. You can also follow Oracle JC Ice, her same username from X. You could also find her on Truth Social. I highly recommend you follow her. She has great content. Mr. Corvette, can't keep down a good thing. Couldn't agree more with you that on, brother. The repost for the mofos. Precisely, brother. Just hit you with all the reposts on that as well. Shout out Sergio. I saw you were enjoying a game earlier, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, you guys are going to notice pinned at the very top of the new profile is the stream. And again, do your best. Comments, quotes, reposts. Let's blow this mofo up. Yeah, and rebuild. I'm so sorry, JV. You'll get back to 100. Yeah, we'll figure it out. It is what it is. So, Orange Panty Night, I dare say so. Either no Panty Night or Orange Panty Night. Both is a dub for the broskies. Let me know if you agree with that one.
It's Red Panty Night when you sign to find me, back at home with your wife.
It's a celebration. And shout out Conor McGregor. We got to get a McGregor follow. And now we need a Paris Hilton follow on the new account. She was following me on the hacked account.
It's a celebration. People are always saying about the talk, and I talk, but guess fucking what?
He backs it up, bro. I
back it up.
There we go. Shout out K-Surge. Good to have you here, brother. I appreciate that, DJ Wednesday. We riding with you, brother. Respect. And that's what it's all about. And that's why I'm still grateful to be here. I did contemplate, should I just quit streaming? And I was like, no, then the forces of evil win. So I think the platforms are irrelevant. We should only support the platforms that support us. And obviously, I feel like I get no support from the YouTube algorithm. So why support them any longer when we can support free speech platforms such as the Rumble? So moving forward, daily Rumble streams, and we'll also be streaming the live stream on the new X account, BTC News Alerts. So that's what I wanted to share. Those are the updates. I finally just completed the espresso, just popped open the Spindrift. Let me get this chaser down and we'll kick off the show, fam. And again, welcome everybody.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 Says Commandments.
I just truth the pod on Truth Social. Thank you so much, Oracle. You're the bomb diggity. Much, much appreciated. And again, welcome everyone joining us. We're going to kick off the show as we're fast approaching 420 here. So if you're new to the Rumble, important to give us a follow and repost this, spread the word over on X. We're the #1 Bitcoin pod, hands down. And we officially rebranded a few episodes ago. It's now officially BNA. Bitcoin News Alerts, no longer. CNA, no longer. crypto news alerts, and I do know I still got to get some custom graphics done, so bear with me one step at a time. But anyways, fam, today is June 18th, 2025. I'm your host, JV, with my co-host, the one and only Nippinator, former chairman of the SEC, and today is pod episode 2025. That's right, pod episode 2025. Kicking it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. You can see Bitcoin, Ether, BNB, Solana, XRP all correcting and in the red, and definitely not a good look with all the, the macroeconomic factors and all the talk of, what's going on in the Middle East. So the market has been correcting significantly. And what's ironic is just the other day, we were like close to 110 within a couple of thousand from price discovery. The current all-time high is still sitting at 112, which was achieved on May 22nd. Let me know when you feel will likely surpass that. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap sits at an exhilarating 3.22 trillion. The all-time high is 3.75 trillion. The Biddy market cap sitting above 2 trillion. We have 110 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance on the rise. There's a silver lining, 64.1%. Ether dominance on the decline at 9.3%. Checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. We got Arrow up 8%, followed by Kaya, followed by Kronos, and barely anything else as the majority of the market's correcting and in the red. And checking out the crypto bubbles, just to put it all into perspective, Wreck City, like 95% of the market wrecked. Zooming out for the weekly, very similar, but even deeper wreckage. Some of these shit coins down 20, 30, 40 plus percent. And zooming out for the monthly, very similar story. Wreck City, zooming out for the yearly, I'd say probably 80-20 red over green. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, today we're 52, back down in neutral. Yesterday was a 68 greed, last week a 72, and last month a 74. And checking out the infamous time chain calendar. We're currently on block number 901,784. We have 148,216 blocks into the halving of 2028. And as of today, you can exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 961 sats. So you know what to do. You pick up the sats, put down the gats, and pick up some Bitcoin caps from my man Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net and cop yourself a custom Bukele President B exclusive with the embroidery of the flag of El Salvador, repping Bitcoin country. And if you don't know, now you know. ABB, always be buying. I dig it, I dig it, I dig it. BTFD, great reminder. Melda, fantastical, I dare say. I dare say 110,000 is still in play.
Yeah, for know what I think it is a nice fine day. 110K is really in play. Most of the chart seems like it's in slow-mo, but the retail crowd will be in big FOMO.
First up and down, the volatility is thick. You know it's just normal, not a fake card trick.
The money is there, all you have to do is bet. Put your money on down and you'll get there yet. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin go. All you have to do is to buy and sold. A nice fine day.
110K is really in play.
Most of the chart seems like it's in slow-mo, but the retail crowd will be in big FOMO. Up and down, the volatility is thick. You know it's just normal, not a fake card trick. The money is there, all you have to do is bet. Put your money on down and you'll get there yet. Anyone can be rich on crypto. Put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow. Wish it ain't the way to.
And the other good news is being I got the new account verified. It's currently in the process. I'll be able to start posting videos directly on the account again, not just streaming. So I'll be able to take the 2-hour stream like I used to do on the old account, condense it to 30 minutes, just pure content, taking out all the Q&A and chatting in between the stories. And I'll get to post that video directly on the new X account every day. So we'll have more and more content. So I think for the long haul, it's only going to be better. So we were forced, the hackers forced our hand, new rebrand, and we're going to have a better show moving forward. Mark my words, 110 in play. And let's not forget to strike the gong as the Biddy Broskies strike the bong, and some of the Biddy Baddies may drop the thong. Let's get it. I don't know why someone just wished me happy birthday. I mean, I'll take it, but clearly my birthday is on the 11th and not this month either. So I'm just saying.
You can be rich on crypto, put your money up. It's a gamble anyhow. Wishing ain't the way to Bitcoin go. All you have to do is to buy and sell.
I love Bitcoin news alerts way better. I couldn't agree more, and actually polled my audience on X, and like 98% of you said Bitcoin news alerts over crypto news alerts. So thanks for all the nudging from many of you guys. The Oracle, Adam, Brandon Martin, of course, Max Kaiser, the High Priest, exactly. Aquarius here. All the greats are Aquarius. Michael Saylor, Aquarius. Max Kaiser, Aquarius. JV, Aquarius. Nippinator, Aquarius. Paris Hilton, Aquarius. Just saying. Welcome to the Rumble. I'm glad you converted. Screw the YouTube. They don't deserve our presence any further. Again, final stream on YouTube as of today. I will never stream again on their platform. And again, shout out everyone, all the comments and quotes I've been reposting. Glenn Cooper, appreciate it. Much love, much love. Of course, JC, Mr. Corvette, rest of the family. But let's transition into our next segment of the day, which is going to be our TA, aka astrology for the baddies. And we'll pull up some of the live charts to see what's happening right now in the markets. Headline here, Bitcoin eyes 105 pre-FOMC as Trump reveals the Iran. As for a dialogue, and obviously, we've been correcting even thus more here in the morning. Here you're looking at the 1 hour chart, and bear with me, I'll pull up the live charts when I'm done reading this. Trading view showed Bitcoin reversing to the downside, which had taken it to lows of 103.8 via Bitstamp. Still highly sensitive to developments of the Iran-Israel conflict. Bitcoin sought relief from comments by President Trump that Iran had been in touch. Quoting him here, I said it is very late, Trump told reporters during the appearance on the White House lawn, adding he did not know how much longer the conflict might continue. And let me know if you're in support of, what Trump has to share, or are you more in support of Tucker Carlson and his critique on Trump? Let me know either way. Hours ahead of the Federal Reserve decision on the interest rates, concerns lingered over the potential impact of the U.S. trade tariffs, as well as the Middle East tension and their effects on the oil prices. Quoting them here, first tariffs, now missiles. This is no ordinary inflation fight. This is according to QCP Capital. They also pointed out in their telegram, our expectation is for the Fed to hold rates steady while striking a hawkish tone, acknowledging the fresh upside risk to inflation stemming from geopolitical instability. They also warned that the Fed reducing the forecast for the number of interest rate cuts in 2025 would likely pressure the risk assets, including Bitcoin and broader digital assets, as liquidity expectations are pared back. And for his part, Trump reiterated existing demands for the cuts, despite markets believing they would not come until quarter three. Quoting Fed Chairman Jay Powell, 88 billion came in from tariffs. No inflation. I know what I'm doing. So he says. And amongst Bitcoin traders, anticipation was brewing over the potential short squeeze, with markets positioned for further losses. And lo and behold, we are correcting at the time of the live stream. SKU Analytics pointed out that the order books are skewed towards bid depth. More bids closest to the price versus the ask. Perpetuals positioning is pretty short, with all the stacked defensive positioning here, as outlined right there. The order book data from CoinGlass shows the area around 103, which is where we're at, particularly primed to act as a short-term price magnet. I think it's going to matter if 100,000 holds as support. When we did have our correction a few days back, we hit like 100,000 and maybe 500, but 100,000 held, and then like a couple of days later, we were close to 110. So if 100,000 breaks, then we're going to have the next leg lower. So you let me know if you think we'll likely retest that level, if it'll break due to the tensions with the Middle East and what's going on. And before I pull up some of the live charts, here's a couple of tweets from your high priest, Max Kaiser. Not having any Bitcoin will mean you are effectively broke and homeless. Nobody will take your USD or any fiat to pay for anything. Why would anyone swap goods and services for worthless paper issued by a bankrupt government? The buying panic will be intense. And he's warning you guys, when shit hits the fan, you better be prepared and be stacking thy biddy. He also points out Bitcoin is no longer ideological. It is indisputably perfect money. And better than the alts, gold, or fiat, a critical mass with capital have succumbed. We have entered a period of rank competition and a mad global scramble to acquire more of the biddies. Many will be left behind. Now, I also want to shine some light on some of God's work Murphy's Life is doing. And if you don't know, he has the #1 rated nonprofit in El Salvador, helping the locals get, shelter and food and things of that nature. And I wanted to share this because this looks like a fantastic opportunity for some of you. So I'm going to read it out loud. Shout out Murphy's Life. Make sure you're following them on X. Looking for 5 nomads looking to join our community. You will pay $0 for your lot. You build a 2-story house. The family in our community lives on the bottom. You get a top bungalow. And when you're not here, the family will manage your rental unit if you'd like. And you guys split the profits. First come, first serve. We do the build with quality engineers with your help on the design. This can cost anywhere from $40,000 to $80,000. So for less than 1 Bitcoin, you can have your own getaway and be helping the locals over in El Salvador. I thought this was fantastic. Literally, potentially a half a Bitcoin. He says 40 to 80,000. This is first come, first serve. If you're interested, send a DM or get your butt to the farm. No financing, cash up front for the build, and you will officially have your plan B on our community. That's why I say this man is out here doing God's work, and I think it's an excellent opportunity. Next time I'm in El Salvador, Murphy, if you're watching, I'm definitely going to link up with you and share some light of the work you're doing down there. Great respect for you, brother. He also recently posted here, we're building a fully sustainable community in El Salvador. Our focus is on lifting the locals out of poverty. Our community is prepared for world chaos, COVID scenarios. We have well water, free energy, I repeat, free energy, farm animals, 10,000 plus edible plants / fruit trees. People in government talk about a plan B, but what is that? An apartment in a foreign city? To me, a plan B means you can feed your fam when the stores are closed. A plan B is a home where you can walk in nature. We have 2 kilometers of green hiking trails. A plan B is a true sovereign living, no matter what happens around the world. This project is built with 100% donations from you guys. It is a nonprofit. Highly recommended by Bukele himself, hence why we're shining light on it right now. Let's build the blueprint together. So you guys have an opportunity to be a part of that. If you want to take advantage of it, reach out to Murphy's Life, give him a follow, and please support the brother, and I greatly appreciate that. And next up, I promised to pull up some of the live charts. Let's do that and knock it out. Pulling up the charts via TradingView, via Coinbase. Should here in a second. It should be updating. You should be able to see. There we go. So yeah, obviously a lot of carnage in the market. We did tap 103. We're right back above 104. Lots of volatility. This is a 1-hour chart. We do have a green target on the screen, which you can see sitting at 1078. And again, this is the hourly chart via Coinbase, via TradingView. Zooming out from there, let's take a look at the 4-hour. The 4-hour chart. No particular bull target, but there is a super bear scenario in the blue sitting at $76,000. And zooming out from the 4-hour, taking a glance at the daily chart. The daily chart, you can see big corrective red candle yesterday, and today has been pretty corrective as well. But we do have a bullish pennant, and we do have a bull scenario all the way at 147.5. Let me know when you feel Bitcoin will likely hit this next leg up according to the daily chart. And we're also going to take a glance at the weekly and the monthly. On the weekly chart, we've had the cup and handle target of 124 in play probably for the last 6+ months, as we cover it every day in the show. Rising wedgie, the only Nipponator approved wedgie, the rising wedge, and we have 124,000 target in play. And we did get 7 green consecutive weekly candle closes. Then we finally had a corrective red, and obviously we're looking to regain some of the losses over the past couple of days due to the war tensions in the air right now. And zooming out for the monthly chart, you can see April and May were green candle closes, For the month of June, it's to be determined. We're halfway through the month, but you guys let me know your thoughts, where the price action will likely go next. And do you think we'll hit the new all-time high, break the current price discovery level of 112? Do you think that will happen before we enter July? Yay, nay, holla at your boy, and I'll read your comments out loud. And if anyone's interested in taking advantage of that offer over in El Salvador, let me know. And I'm going to read the comments out loud before we get to our next story. As a carpenter and electrician, this is my calling. Jawa, 11. I mean, you're speaking my language, brother. These words are so tiny, I need the glasses. And you may want to grab the glasses. These are prescription lenses I'm rocking myself. Welcome to the club, brother. We do need to grow our own food since Gates bought all the farmland and he's poisoning us with experimenting on us. You're preaching the truth. So what a great opportunity for half a Bitcoin to a full Bitcoin, depending upon your desire of the build. You get the opportunity to have your own getaway in El Salvador, prepared for the madness and the chaos in the world, and that could be priceless. So again, if you guys are looking forward to taking advantage of that, I encourage you to visit Bitcoin country and explore Murphy's farm firsthand. I'm looking forward to doing that next time I'm out there. Yeah, I mean. And again, welcome everyone to the live stream. Yeah, we are try streaming, but this is the very last try stream of all time. But B&A back with the new rebrand, the name on the Rumble. Shout out Short Coin. Appreciate it. The best show out there. Thank you, JCO, Landry Taylor. Greatly appreciate that. Shout out Sweet Biddy. And again, Glenn Cooper and the rest of the Biddy fam. Always appreciate you guys. You guys are the bomb diggity. The bomb diggity bomb, I dare say. You feel me? The Oracle wrote, if we are to go lower, it would hit the floor of 90. I doubt, less than a 10% chance, but there is a drop. That's where it may land. Greatly respect your input there. So thank you, Oracle.
He's the king of the digital throne. Crypto news zealots in the league of his own. Dropping truth bombs from his mobile phone. Bitcoin's rising, it's carving its zone. 200K, yeah, that's the dream. Crypto hustler with the golden scheme. Subscribe and shout and hear the team. Bitcoin shining like a laser beam. He's got the news, every single chart. Breaking it down, tearing up foot apart. On the grind, crypto's beating hard. This revolution, man, it's just the start. 200K, yeah, that's the goal. Crypto world under its control. Every alert, it's a fire in the soul. Bitcoin climbing, watch it roll. From the screen to the blockchain vibe. Crypto news alerts, always live. Followers grown, they all subscribe. Bitcoin fever, we ride the tide.
Welcome, welcome, Husker. Your test worked. You're showing up in the chat. We are using the Rumble for the live chat on the video. No longer are we utilizing YouTube for chat. And in fact, though we're streaming on YouTube, this is the final announcement. Hence why in the thumbnail I put, this is my final show. So this is the farewell YouTube show after 7 years of posting content every single day on the YouTube channel. Yeah, I mean, it's a bittersweet moment, but this is the final show after 7 years being the most consistent in the Bitcoin space on the tube with the daily pod. No more YouTube moving forward. So if you're watching on the tube, again, this is the final show. Make sure to subscribe, follow us on the Rumble, and support us on X with the new account, BTC News Alerts. Let's get it. You feel me? I found the way to change your name. Oh, excellent. You're referring on the Rumble. Good stuff. Juju Pedals looking for the short coin fix, I dare say. The Last Dance. Exact. Couldn't have said it better. This is The Last Dance, starring Nippinator instead of Jordan. Precisely. Shout out Andre. Welcome, family. It's the final countdown. It is what it is. Yeah, I mean.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
You feel me?
Not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So apparently there is an option on Rumble where you can update your username now, whereas before you had to create a new account. A rebranding and moving to the Rumble is so much better. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. So this is destiny, I dare say. This is a divine destiny. But anyways, let's continue with the news. We still do got a lot to share here. We did the TA, and I gave you the updates of what's happening, what's trending. Next headline, we're going to be discussing Norway, this company by the name of K33. As per the headline, Norwegian crypto firm K33 raising more funds to buy up to 1,000 of the pretty little bitty, going up forever, Laura. That's right. Norwegian crypto firm K33 said Wednesday it plans to raise a minimum of 85 million Swedish krona, worth 9 million USD, through a share issue for its plan to purchase up to 1,000 of the Bitcoin for the company reserves. And a great time to be buying. Take advantage of that dip. According to the announcement, K33 has appointed a Pareto Securities as its manager and book runner for the share issue. The subscription price per share is looks like 1.1 penny, if I'm reading that proper. Hey, I like the 11. K33 expects to issue at least 820 million shares. The net proceeds from the direct share issue will be used to buy Bitcoin to hold on the balance sheet. The move follows K33's earlier announcement that it secured financing to acquire up to 57 of the bitty in late May. K33 said in a Bitcoin exposure will also unlock the real operational leverage for the company as a broker. The company expects the holdings to improve its margins, enabling a new product offering to strengthen the appeal for the institutional customers. As part of the initiative, K33 confirmed the purchase of 5 BTC on Tuesday, worth roughly 5. That's just insane now. 5 Bitcoins worth over $500,000. I guess we got to get used to it. Amazing. And before you know it, 5 Bitcoin will be worth $5 billion. Just saying. The company added that the share offering will not be distributed in the U.S., Canada, Australia, Russia, South Korea, or in any other jurisdiction where it would be illegal to offer the product. K33 CEO said the fundraising is a step towards acquiring 1,000 Bitcoin, with plans to grow the Bitcoin treasury further in the future. As he shares here, a strong balance sheet built on Bitcoin enables us to significantly improve our brokerage operation while maintaining full exposure to the Bitcoin upside potential. K33's move follows a broader trend amongst Norwegian companies investing in Bitcoin. Earlier in the month, Norwegian Block Exchange saw the stock jump 138% in a single day after announcing it would begin holding it on the balance sheet. And then we also had a Norwegian industrial holding company by the name of Aker ASA, creating a subsidiary called CTech in 2021, which is entirely dedicated to investing in Bitcoin and holding crypto. And according to the BitcoinTreasuries.net data, it shows that the subsidiary now holds 754 BTC, worth 63 million at this time with the prices. And there you have it, yo. I mean, Bitcoin adoption continuing. And next, we'll be discussing Europe's first Bitcoin treasury firm buys another 20 million of the Bitcoin, now holding 170 million. And then we'll discuss the latest with the Genius Act getting passed by the U.S. Congress. And then, some very bullish predictions to share with you guys as well. Bitty news alerts. Yo, I know that YouTube can be difficult, but I'm already set to viewing your show on the TV. Your show is awesome, especially when you do the pump. Well, I'm glad you dig the pump. The good news, you should be able to download the Rumble app on your smart TV just the same as YouTube. So you should still be able to watch the show on your TV. Correct me if I'm wrong, fam, but I would imagine Rumble has an app no different than YouTube for those with smart TVs. Can you guys confirm that for me? 5 Bitcoin worth $500,000. I know, it's insane. I remember when 5 Bitcoin was worth $10,000. In fact, I think the first 5 Bitcoin I bought cost me $10,000. You know what I mean? And it feels like yesterday. Ahoy JV and the Pirate crew trying to multitask right now. Shout out Kimosabi. What it do, Greg? Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you holding it down, as always, Famalam. And welcome everyone just joining us this fantastic day. Another great day to be alive, I dare say. But can we go much higher is the $1 million question. I have the Rumble on the TV. It's nice. So Juju just confirmed, no different than YouTube. You download the Rumble app from the TV and you can continue watching Bitcoin news alerts moving forward on Rumble, which is a superior platform, which respects our First Amendment right of freedom of speech. And they don't have unlawful, you know what I mean? What should I say? We don't have support unlawfully claiming, my content is dangerous and harmful. So we don't have that problem on Rumble. That's specific to the tube. JV, your content's harmful and dangerous. You're harming so many people sharing Bitcoin news. Just imagine the poor suckers who bought the Bitcoin at $2,000, JV. They're only up 50x. This is harmful and dangerous to our community, JV. And that's the that's the YouTube fucking overlords. Yeah, so enough of that. Can we get much higher?
Can we get much higher? Can we get much higher? So high. Can we get much higher?
That's hilarious. Someone said, come wish JV a happy birthday. I don't want to mislead anyone on that, so I'm not going to repost it because then I'm going to get 10,000 birthday wishes. Yeah, and I don't want that type of attention when it's not really my birthday, but I appreciate the kind gesture. Cheers.
About this back in 2010, bro. Dreams of limbo.
So this is my first time streaming on the new account. We do have over 200 people just on the X, which is not too shabby, considering I only have 500 followers. So I can only imagine when this new account has 40,000 followers, like the one that got hacked, we're going to have a tremendous amount of people on. I dare say 20,000 people on the stream. So help me blow this mofo up. If you haven't already hearted, reposted, comment, quote, I will repost everyone and do my best to show you guys some love as well. So cheers. My pillow guy is selling energy drinks. Interesting. You have a pillow guy. Jeez. All pirates are harmful and dangerous. Why do you need them to be? I got you on the TV. See? K-Surge got me on TV as well. Awesome, brother. Nothing like the big screen. Just saying. But can we get much higher?
Life stacking up that crypto, hodl through the lows. Yeah, the highs will follow. How you say pouring Bitcoin, me no hablo. Let my wallet grow, blockchain my bravado. From Satoshis to stacks, you know the motto. DJs need to listen to the markets. You ain't got no BTC in your portfolio, ain't got no Bitcoin, bro. Stupid, but what the hell do I know? I'm just a tech guy rapping in my silo.
But anyways, let's continue with a pretty little bitty news, shall we? Next story of the day, yo. So we did Norway. Next, we're going to discuss the Europe Bitcoin accumulation here. Headline here reads, Europe's first Bitcoin treasury firm buys another 20 million of the biddy, now holds over 170 million. That's right. Paris-listed tech firm Blockchain Group expanded the Bitcoin reserve with a purchase of 182 Bitcoin for almost 20 million, bringing its total holdings to 1,653 BTC. At this time, it's worth just above 170 million. The latest acquisition by Europe's first Bitcoin treasury company, finalized on Tuesday, was funded through a series of recent completed convertible bond issuances totaling nearly 18 million euros, which is 20.7 million USD. Notable investors in the round included UTXO Management, Moonlight Capital, Tobam, and some other Ludovic company. The announcement showed that each participant bought a different part of the company's bond offerings. The purchases were executed by commercial banking institution Bankway. I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce this properly, but nonetheless, investing banks Swiss quote Bank Europe SA and custody of Taurus, a Swiss infrastructure provider for the digital assets. The Blockchain Group claimed a year-to-date Bitcoin yield of 1,173%, reflecting an increase of the ratio of Bitcoin held to its fully diluted share count. And since the start of the year, the company has added 469 Bitcoin and reported 49.4 million in gains worth the Bitcoin value. Not too shabby. The firm's average acquisition cost stands at 103,000 per BTC. Ironic, just around where we're at, and lower than the current market prices, but barely. With plans underway that can enable the purchase of an additional 70 BTC, total reserves may soon approach 1,723 BTC. The Blockchain Group is traded under the ticker ALTBG on the Euronext Growth Paris. The company's shares are down almost 4% on the day, according to data from Google Finance, as outlined right here. Earlier in the month, the Blockchain Group announced plans to raise 300 million euros, which is 342 million USD, through the at-the-market style offering to boost their Bitcoin treasury. The fundraising will occur in tranches, with shares sold at market-driven prices based on previous day's close or the volume-weighted average price, and capped at 21% of the trading volume. A growing number of public companies are adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet, with at least 26 entities doing so in the past 30 days. That's like virtually every single day there's a new Bitcoin treasury company being birthed, which is mind-boggling. They're all following the Sailor put in the Sailor playbook. However, critics warn that some some of these firms may be turning to Bitcoin as a last resort rather than a strategic play. Industry voices from Go Mining Institutional caution that the smaller firms mimicking Strategy's playbook may lack the risk management required for such moves. And I agree with that. Just because they're a Bitcoin acquisition company following the sale or put doesn't mean they're really qualified to excel at the level. Obviously, there's only one Strategy B. And Standard Chartered Bank warned that half of these companies could face serious trouble, and they're probably right. Bitcoin fell below 90, potentially triggering widespread liquidations and harming the assets' reputation. And there you have it. Reputation. And next up, we'll be discussing the Genius Act can make stablecoins part of the U.S. financial infrastructure. Big bill just passed, which is virtually a CBDC in disguise. We'll be discussing that next, and then some bullishness, of course. And again, welcome everyone to the live stream. It's good to have you guys here. We are streaming live on X as well as on Rumble today. I am being stubborn about the glasses, but I do need them. I do not have any guess when I hit 50. Have you ever wore glasses ever before? Or this would be your first time? You got to get a test. I go to Lens Crafters, pick out a nice frame, and they do all the eye testing right there, and you can order your custom pair, usually within 5 to 7 days. I got myself a couple of, aviators here that are all prescription. I personally dig it. So protects the eyes pretty well. Stable coins pegged to the fiat sounds like a scam to me. That's what I'm saying, Greg. That's what I'm saying.
Watching charts like they speak to my soul. 10x gains, woke up feeling whole. Can we get much higher? Price flight like a fatty.
Shout out Richard Burton, but to correct you, this is not my primary account. I mean, it is my new primary account, but I never got my hacked account back. Support on X is useless. It took 6 days for them to respond and say, it looks like everything's okay. No, everything's not okay, you fucking dumbasses. There's a reason I reached out to you guys to get some help. Obviously, I have no access to my account, but this is the new premium account. I turned off premium on the hacked account so they can't continue to scam my audience, because they're probably DMing everybody right now, trying to scam you, pretending to be me. So note, I never DM anybody, and I'll never ask anyone for anything. I don't send links to people. I don't do any of that. All I do is my podcast every day. I don't have time for that. I'm a full-time father as well. But I appreciate the support, Richard. But yeah, actually, sad to see JV had his primary account hacked. Correct. So my apology. I guess I read your comment wrong. So my primary account did get hacked, and you are 100% accurate. But I mean, I'm not holding my breath that support is even going to give me my account back at this point. So join us live with the best Bitcoin channel ever. Thank you, Trevor. I appreciate it, brother. Much, much love. And shout out Josh again. It's not my birthday, but I appreciate the birthday love nonetheless. But anyways, pearl powder works amazing for the eyes and teeth. As a whitener, support on X sucks. Oh, it's non-existent. Do you know I've tagged them in probably 100 posts since the hack? I've been pretty persistent. And how many of you guys have reached out to support and flagged the hacked account and the scams they were pushing on Pump Fund? Max Kaiser even reposted it. So I have no doubt that hundreds of you guys have reported it, yet nothing, zero, right? They just pretend I got my account back and there's nothing to be seen here. No, I have no access to the hacked account. Hackers took it over. X. Oh, there he is. Hey, JV, Ray Egan here, or relaxing, whatever you want to call me. Hope to use my music here. Oh, absolutely, brother. We are ready playing your music. I was playing 110 earlier, and I switched it up. We playing Ray Egan's tracks. We're playing Jay Lewis's tracks. Can we get much higher? And we are mixing it up. If there's any Bitcoin musicians, content creators that want to provide music, just note the new brand is Bitcoin News Alerts. So if you want to create a Bitcoin News Alerts B&A Jammy Jam, do let me know. Okay, it has minerals that the lizard folks stole from us, like magnesium, and it restores your eye, tissues, and teeth. The dentist was so sad I finally had nothing wrong with my teeth after using the pearl. Well, that's a great testimony right there. Exactly, Serge reported the hacked account several times. I know we all did. Powder with coconut oil for toothpaste for 3 months. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, traditional toothpaste is for the birds. I straight up use... I do the oil pull-in with the coconut oil, and I also use the baking soda. I'll have to look into the pearl Going to make some new music with the AI. Oh, you do music as well. And we're going to do this bitty news. Let's get it. Definitely worth it. I appreciate the recommendation. Preload bitty back in the green. Looks like we're about to recapture 105, baby. Let's get it. Repost, baby. No panty night. You're speaking my language, Crypto Surge. No panty night. JB and the Bitcoin News Alerts fam on the Rumble. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and repost you guys from my backup accounts as well. So again, all comments and quotes to the live stream on BTC News Alerts, I'll be able to repost it from multiple accounts and get some more eyeballs on your guys' pages as well. Let's do it.
Ethereum pump, stacks on fire, now the bulls and a Bitcoin jump beyond the flood. Hey, trader, tell me, how do you hedge the losses? Reset the dip, rebuild the bosses. Reclaim the run, retrace the process. We stopped the fiat gang, we killed the wall, is cautious. Sorry for the bears, but I'm still hodling regardless. The plan was to mine until my stack's enormous. But what's worse, the crash or the boredom? Fresh air, checking my cold storage. Too many paper hands, that's why they can't afford this. Don't make me pull my keys out, Don't make me pull my keys. Watch the hash rate climb, and witness new ATMs. Can we get much higher? So high. In the bull run, there's a seance. Just whales, no plebs on. Then the chain filled with notes on. Saw the FOMO hit exchanges froze on. And the sell-off, it won't spare us. But the legend.
So yeah, I'm not holding my breath. I get the hacked account back, but I am pretty fucking persistent if I do say so myself. So in the back of my mind, I know I'll get it back. And when we do, we'll use the hacked account once I get it back as a secondary account to boost the new primary account. Because we shouldn't just waste 40,000 followers, which took 7 years to build. Yeah, I mean, so hopefully we can use that as the backup account to repost the stuff from the new accounts and blow the fuck up either way you slice it. I don't know what exactly an oil pull is, but I assume it's oil mixed with stuff. So an oil pull is just taking pure cold press coconut oil, for example, swish it in your mouth for 10 minutes. And it's called oil pulling because it takes all the toxins and bad things out of your mouth. And it's very healthy for you to do so. I love me some coconut oil. I use it as a lotion. I don't use traditional lotion. I use 100% coconut oil on my skin when I get out of the shower. And I also use coconut oil for oil pulling. I also use coconut oil for when I cook. And I also use coconut oil. I take a teaspoon or a tablespoon every day. It's a superfood. There's a lot of health benefits to it. Very healthy, exactly. That's why you're so successful. You don't give up. Yes, exactly. When I set my mind on something, I am very persistent. You guys know that because I've been here every day for 7 years. And this ain't my first rodeo. I've been attacked by the Matrix so many times, it's not even funny. But I'm just laughing back because Bitcoin protects us from everything that we would be scared of if we didn't have Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, so we're not dependent upon government. We're not dependent upon fiat. There can be the bond apocalypse tomorrow, and I'll probably still be streaming. Granted, there's internet, right? You forgot to drink the 4 ounce of water in between each drink. Got to do the first thing in the morning. Had the guests did that too. The pearl powder. I got to get the pearl powder. Whitening and remineralizing with all the bad stuff in the toothpaste. It's crazy. Yeah, fluoride is poison. They also add a lot of additional poisons. That's why it says if you swallow any, call poison control. And guess what? If toothpaste is going in your mouth, which is where it goes, you're absolutely going to swallow it. Even if you don't purposely do it, you're going to somehow get some down you, and it's poisonous, obviously. So we got to do better. But anyways, I know I'm ranting here. We still got a lot to share, so let me get one more sip of the Spindrift, and we'll continue with the bitty news.
It still bears trust. I cashed out a little, kiss and profits, and woke up stacking Satoshi flawless. Oh, 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 we get much higher. Oh, high. Oh, oh.
Let me know if we can get much higher. How high will we climb? You guys let me know. But anyways, next story of the day regarding the Genius Act, and then we'll discuss the Bitcoin Reserve Bill in the Ukraine, and then $1 million price prediction, and then we'll do some live Q&A, and I'll stick around for you guys. So yeah, after the infamous freeze frame, of course. So headline reads, Genius Act can make stablecoins And I just clicked on the wrong thing. One second. You make me look bad. Genius Act can make stablecoins part of the U.S. financial infrastructure. That's right. Stablecoin adoption amongst U.S. banks and financial institutions may accelerate following the passage of the new legislation in the Senate. The guiding establishing national innovation for the U.S. stablecoins, better known as the Genius Act, passed the U.S. Senate in a 68-30 Tuesday vote. The bill aims to set clear rules for stablecoin collateralization and mandate compliance with the anti-money laundering. It will also now have an advance for the House. The Senate vote sends a strong positive signal to institutions that brings the bill one step closer to becoming law, according to the Catalin Something, head of the research over at Synagum. I guess that's a big bank. Numerous large banks and traditional financial institutions are planning the stablecoin integrations for payments and settlements, and they shared that clear regulatory framework and compliance pathways are a necessity, as is legal recognition of stablecoins as settlement instruments. However, she said that the institutional stablecoin use may initially be limited to tokens issued on private blockchains. Well, there you go. Emerging crypto policy developments and stablecoin regulations are significant catalysts for this market cycle. Investment partner Alice Lee shared that one of the strongest drivers is definitely the policy change, referencing Trump's Bitcoin reserve approval and stablecoin policy developments is the main catalyst for the Bitcoin price upside for this year. Full congressional approval of the Genius Act will make stablecoins part of the U.S. financial infrastructure, and I dare say it's ultimately a CBDC in disguise, which is programmable money, central bank digital currency. You know, the Trump administration said, no CBDs, not under my watch. Well, what difference is there between a CBDC and a stable coin? Let me know. If issuers start holding large amounts of treasuries, that changes their role from niche instruments to key players of the economy. He added that treasury-backed stables would give institutions more confidence in using them for settlements and payments. Financial institutions using stables have been operating under a regulatory gray area, thanks to Gary Gensler, with few concrete moves being made due to the lack of clarity and government guidance. And now that this is done, institutions won't hesitate to jump around, jump up, and get down, capitalizing on the opportunities that the stablecoins have to offer, particularly when it comes to cross-border payments, 24/7 settlements, and enhancing global on-chain liquidity. Investment banking giant JP Morgan Chase filed a new trademark application for JPMD, amplifying speculation of a stablecoin offering. And every time I think of the name Jamie Dimon, one thing comes to my mind.
Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance.
There you go. Can I get an amen? But there you have it. There's the latest of what's happening there. Next, we'll be discussing the Ukraine Parliament adoption of the Bitcoin Reserve Bill. And then again, I got a $1 million price prediction from a billionaire. And we'll be discussing the catalyst that will send the pretty little bitty to $1 million per BTC. If Jamie is interested in it, I am not.
Criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance.
Where all my criminals at? Make some motherfucking noise. Exactly. Craziness.
The largest corporate fine at the time.
Definitely one of my favorite jams right there. That's a Jamie Dimon exclusive. And again, welcome everyone to the live stream. Let me check the X feed, see where we're at. Again, this is the new account, BTC News Alerts, my crypto news alerts account with the handle Crypto News. Yes, did get hacked 6 days ago. I have no access to it. So we're building from scratch. And here we are, this brand new account, 308 live viewers. And we only have 589 followers. That means more than half of the followers are actually watching the stream, which is phenomenal numbers. So once we get this baby up to 40,000 followers, like the hacked account, I can only imagine we're going to have like 20,000 live viewers on a stream. So that's the silver lining, and that's what I'll be looking forward to. So, and if you don't know, now you know. Let's get it. 3 years ago, he threatened to fire any JP Morgan employee engaged in Bitcoin, yet secretly they were building out the trading desk, lies to your face, stabs you in the back. I'd expect nothing less from Jamie the Tapeworm Dimon. There's a brown bottle with the reishi chaga and some other, the mushy, the ginger, the turmeric, yummy, delicioso. Sounds good to me.
In the bull run, there's a seance. just whales, no plebs on. Then the chain filled with nodes on. Saw the FOMO hit exchanges froze on. And the sell-off, it won't spare us. But the ledger, it still bears trust. I cashed out a little, kissed some profits, and woke up stacking Satoshi's flawless.
Do we get much higher?
Oh, oh, oh.
Do we get much higher?
So high. Oh, oh, oh.
Do we get much higher?
So high. Oh, oh, oh.
And also a reminder, fam, since the rebrand as of a couple of days ago, in any algorithm on any platform, you're not going to be able to find the show by typing in crypto news alerts any further or longer. Moving forward, it's Bitcoin news alerts. So when you search us, if you're not already following or subscribed to us on a platform, you actually have to type in Bitcoin news alerts and you'll find it. Just FYI, if you don't know, now you know. I take the turmeric with the gummies. Someone said gummies. Yes, please. But can we get much higher? We sure can, short coin.
Do we get much higher?
So high. Oh, oh, oh.
Do we get much higher?
Oh, oh, oh.
Do we get much higher?
Oh, oh.
Cool. All right. We have 2 more stories to cover, and then we'll do some live Q&A, and I'll stick around for a bonus hour for you guys. We'll chillax and kick it. But next up, here's regarding the Ukraine strategic BIDI reserve. Headline reads, Bitcoin reserve bill enters Ukrainian parliament in a historic move. That's right. Ukraine's Verkhovna Rada has registered draft law number 13356, a measure that would add virtual assets such as the BIDI to the roster of instruments for the National Bank of the Ukraine. And they may hold its gold and foreign currency reserves. The bill was filed June 10th during the legislature's 13th session of the 9th convocation and lists 8 cross-party sponsors, including First Deputy Finance Committee Chair Yaroslavl. Now, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that last name. That would be craziness. The Parliament bill card confirms that the Finance, Tax, and Customs Policy Committee has been designated main rapporteur, with the Digital Transformation, Budget, Anti-Corruption, and EU Integration Committees assigned as the co-reviewers. That's right. And according to the explanatory note published by Liga Zakon legal portal, the draft would insert virtual assets into the list of internationally recognized reserve assets under the 1999 law on the National Bank of the Ukraine. It reminds me of a Prince song. We're going to party like it's 1999. It would also authorize 3 new channels for acquiring such assets: direct market purchases, acceptance of income denominated in virtual assets, and borrowing of virtual assets for multilateral lenders or foreign central banks, and would permit their disposal either through open market sales for monetary policy purposes or through repayment of virtual asset liabilities to official creditors. They also emphasize the language is permissive rather than compulsory. We give the National Bank the right to include virtual assets in the Ukraine's reserves. How, when, and how much is left entirely to the regulator. After the filing, adding that the proposal does not oblige the NBU, but positions the Ukraine within global financial innovation. And in a separate comment, the business daily Liga Net stressed that timing, method, and the volume would remain the discretion of the central bank, reiterating that the bill is written broadly on purpose. The full text of the bill has yet to be posted. Several Ukrainian legal outlets note the PDF remains inaccessible as of June 18th. Nonetheless, the outline now before the committee is the clearest legislative attempt to date to give the NBU explicit authority to hold Bitcoin alongside existing reserve assets, monetary gold, IMF special drawing rights, foreign currency cash, and high-grade securities. Ukraine's international reserves stood at $44 billion. My question is, how many billions did the United States send to the Ukraine over the past 8 years? If anyone has an answer to that, let me know. Now, also, under Rada's procedure, the draft awaits the first reading, recommendation from the Finance Committee, after which it can be scheduled to plenary debate. No timetable has been announced, but I'll keep you posted. Do you think the Ukraine will adopt Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset? Yay, nay? Holla at your boy, and I'll read your comments out loud before we dive into our feature story of the day and discuss Bitcoin 1 million in play. Let's go. I take the same black seed oil that the JV does. I have to say that my blood pressure has went down. My sugars are stable and my joints don't hurt as much. Great news. I do take the black seed oil every day, and I'm glad you're getting good experience from it, and it's helping. Fuck the IMF. That deserves a gong strike, Serge. Fuck the IMF. Nice. You can spot the Nippinator on the side B cam. Living his best life out here. Give it up for the Nip. He's unfazed, that Nippinator. Unfazed. Bitcoin treasuries, eh? Here's a reminder of what Trump promised us back in Nashville of last year.
This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and we'll get it done. If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not.
He says it's not going to be made anywhere else.
Going to be made anywhere else. And
it goes to show you he doesn't understand Bitcoin whatsoever. You got to love it, though. It's hilarious. Oh, my God.
Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say. It's going to the moon. I want America to be the nation that leads the way, and that's what's going to happen. I pledge to the Bitcoin community that the day I take the oath of office, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's anti-crypto crusade will be over. It will end. It'll be done. It'll be done.
That's actually true, and it is done. The war on crypto is absolutely over, and we got to thank God for that. So he did keep his word on some of the promises, from getting rid of Gensler to freeing Ross, and that was a big deal. But now it's time to stockpile some motherfucking Bitcoin. Let's not just consider, the hacked Bitcoin from the scammers, but let's actually purchase some fucking Bitcoin before China, Russia, Ukraine, and all these other countries get the first mover's advantage, Trump. Come on now.
On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman.
Trump has stick to what he has said, though, JV. Free Ross. Yeah, that's what he did. He did do a lot of the things he promised. That is true. And I give him credit for that. He freed Ross, got rid of Gary, and he did establish the Bitcoin strategic reserve. So it's a step in the right direction. But now you got to actually stockpile the Bitcoin. You got to start buying the Bitcoin. Buy it now versus when it's over $1 million, because you'll be able to acquire that much more. And there's only enough Bitcoin for one country to become the Bitcoin superpower of the world. And it sounds like he wants to be that guy, but at the same time, I don't see any, buying of Bitcoin occurring. Thus far, correct me if I'm wrong, but all the Bitcoin attained from the US has been through scammers. And they just take it from the scammers. The scammers scam it from the customers, and then the U.S. government takes it from the scammers. But it's time to start trading your worthless gold at Fort Knox for the hardest asset, Bitcoin. Sound money. Through some of the bones. Throw me a bone. I don't want any government grabbing all the Bitcoin. It's for the people. Well, I don't mind them putting a few million Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Because keep in mind, granted, not everyone can have a Bitcoin. There's only 21 million in the entire world in existence. But thank God, one Bitcoin is divisible by 100 million Satoshis. So everyone will have fractions of Bitcoin. And there is enough fractions of Bitcoin for everyone on the planet. There's 8 billion of us. Granted, we can't all be whole coiners, but it wasn't designed to be that way. But it seems like Michael Saylor is going to own all the Bitcoin. If there was a superpower, I think we're going to call it BlackRock and Strategy B. Collectively, they now have a combined total, Louise, I think, I don't have the number in front of me, but I'm pretty confident BlackRock surpassed 600,000 Bitcoin a few weeks back. And Strategy now has like 590,000. So just collectively, those two giants have like over 6%, maybe 7% of the Bitcoin supply. And that's two companies, Strategy B and BlackRock. They both collectively have approximately 600,000 Bitcoin each. which is nuts. Retail has to wake the fuck up. Exactly. Time to wake up already. Set the alarm clock if you have to. Just wake up. Smell the coffee. Get the caffeine in the bloodstream. Don't make JV and Nippinator intervene. But yeah, next story of the day, feature story of the day. You guys ready? Let's get it. Now for our feature story of the day. Billionaire Mike Novogratz expects $1 million per Bitcoin due to these two particular catalysts. Let's break this baby down, shall we? And again, welcome everyone to the live stream. Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz predicts the pre-little bitty will one day be worth a whopping $1 million per coin for these two particular reasons. In a new interview with the Schwab Network, Novogratz says Bitcoin will eventually increase 850% from the current value due to the increased adoption and the weakening United States dollar. Quoting him right here, the price moves on two metrics. One is adoption. More and more people being introduced to it. We call it orange pilling them. Somebody orange pilled Larry Fink, and that was a big deal because now he got all BlackRock engaged and Invesco, our partners, engaged, and more financial institutions are engaged. The other is the macro backdrop, which I think continues to be government spending too much money. Money printer go brr. He also believes that the younger generations will prefer investing in the top crypto asset over gold. That's a fact, Jack. The only one still recommending gold is Peter Schiffmeister. And you already know how I feel about Peter Schiffmeister. You know what I mean? And so how do I think Bitcoin can go to $1 million? Well, gold is roughly a $20 trillion asset at today's market cap. Bitcoin roughly $2 trillion. And we had Warren Buffett retire. Charlie Munger passed away. They didn't like Bitcoin. Remember the infamous Bitcoin's rat poison square. Stay away from it, guys. Of course they didn't like it because they were the fiat oligarchs. They're not Bitcoin people, but I bet you their grandkids are right. Kids like digital stuff. And as we have this wealth transfer from the baby boomers, who are all the rest, their souls going to slowly pass away, and that money gets passed down, and they're going to be more willing to buy Bitcoin than gold. That's a fact. The younger generation are already using everything digital. I mean, look at the Robux. For Christ's sake, if you're a parent, you know precisely what I'm talking about. Novogratz previously said Bitcoin has become the institutional macro asset, just like gold or silver. Now, JV Dare says 1 million, it's inevitable. We all know it's going to happen, and it's less than a 10x from the current price action. Previous cycles, I have seen us jump up from, in 2017, when I first discovered Bitcoin, it was $1,500. By the end of the year, $20,000. After Novid in March of 2020, yes, I've coined the term Novid. Figure out why. Bitcoin crashed from like 8,000 to 3,000. And then within 1 year, from March of 2020 to March of 2021, Bitcoin shot up to 60,000, hitting the new all-time high. And then later in the year, November, it hit the all-time high of the cycle, 69,000. So Bitcoin can go from $3,000 to $60,000 in one calendar year. And that was in 2020 to 2021, less than 5 years ago. It can damn well do another 10x from here. But the $1 million question becomes, will we get that 10x during this cycle? Or will it be the next cycle, the next halving being in 2028? And of course, we've been also entertaining the idea that the 4-year cyclical cycle has been destroyed since all the institutional adoption and what's happening with all the plays from Wall Street and the Bitcoin treasury companies and the nation state adoption. So I want you to tell me where you feel the Bitcoin price will be for this cycle peak. And do you think we continuously raise the bar each and every year? Or do you think it'll be like previous cycles where the year of the halving, run up, the year preceding the halving, new all-time high for the cycle, then 2 years of winter? Or do you think all of that has officially been reset starting now? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll read your comments out loud. I'm personally predicting 1.1 million per coin as the cycle peak, but that's my bull scenario. My bear scenario for this year is 222,000. My base case for the broskies, 420,000. Send it. And if you don't know, now you know, homie. Thanks. All I do is the time. Today is acting weird. I'll keep trying to make it. The painful call to the Coinbase. Did you get hacked or something? What's going on there, broski? Shit out, Babs. Watching JV from Cornwall, England, keeping it fair. Appreciate it, brother. I had no problem doing it from the Coinbase, but my mom did it. Don't know why. Word up. Just be careful and never, like I said before, never click on links through emails, and also never search for customer support through Google, because it'll end up being a hacker in India pretending to be Coinbase support, and they will drain you effectively of all your crypto. And shout out Nipponator, keeping it 100. As always, I think the Nipponator is eating some of the dingleberries. They're the most delicious berry in the berry tree, very high in antioxidants like the blueberry. Nothing like a dingleberry. Yep, Nipponator right on cue, being the lickinator. That's the nip for you. I mean, that's the Nipponator. So yeah, this is the Q&A segment of the live stream. We just finished the news. And like I said, now that we have a premium account on the new profile on X, I'll be able to start sharing the edited version of the pod link directly on the X, which I haven't been able to do since we've been hacked. So that's good news. And also, we're still syndicating the podcast every day on all podcasting platforms. That includes iTunes, Spotify, and everywhere podcasts can be played. Even though we're discontinuing YouTube, you can still find all 2,025 episodes on iTunes, Spotify, X, Rumble, virtually every platform minus YouTube. They're the only ones that have been attacking us, just FYI. There's no cool dog like Nipponator. He's the top doggy in the building. If I had any of the biddy, they wouldn't get any of the exchanges. I don't keep any on there, even if I had any. Well, here's what the fake support will do. They'll tell you to plug in your cold storage wallet, and if someone is stupid, they'll actually do it. I know people who have done that in my own family, and they should know better, but they search Google. I'm looking for customer support. I want to talk to a human being. Fake support. Guy from India. Plug in your Trezor device. I will help you. Drained. You know what I mean? These hackers are fucking relentless, and they're only going to get more relentless as the preload biddy continues to soar. You know what I mean? It's like, why work? We can just hack people for their crypto. If I had any Bitcoin, exactly. Well, you're smarter than the rest. Thanks for the pod. You're welcome, Andre. Yes, I lost at all the boat party in Puerto Rico. Facts. I saw the sharks take the wallet from Serge. It was very unfortunate. Very saddened by that, brother. There she is. She updated it. Did you update the name? Welcome to the Bitcoin News Alert. Oh, not yet, Juju. B&A fam, better late than never. Shout out to the Groovy Shoe, holding it down. Sure, I would do that. I'm so paranoid. I have a separate computer just to use for the cold storage. Great minds think alike. Good afternoon, Mig Baby Aiken, 1953, represent.
Woke up, check the price, my eyes in the daze. Bitcoin rising up, it's like a golden craze. Say goodbye to Jen Gensler, time's at an end. Peter shifting, kiss my wallet, I don't need to pretend. Bitcoin's hitting 200K in 2025.
200K, easy peasy.
Digital gold's got the vibe, it's coming alive.
You already know.
Watch the markets tremble, digital wealth on the rise.
We're 7 followers away from hitting 600. Let's do it during the stream. Repost this if you haven't already. We're up to 19 hearts and 24 reposts. Let's get over 600 followers on the new account. We got to gain back what we lost from the 40,000 followers from the hacked account. I appreciate it, guys. Let's get it.
Crypto kings and queens, let's all claim the prize. Haters try to doubt it, said it's just a fling.
And yo, facts, I'm always going to challenge you to spark some auto gator, same size as the Sage, but in a Blunsky. I know you got this, brother.
Now they watching charts climb, it's the real thing. Mining blocks, stacking sats, you know we do it big. Old school bankers shaking, seeing us in the gig. Bitcoin's hitting 200K in 2025. Digital gold's got the vibe, it's coming alive.
And for those watching on the X, I highly encourage you to join the Rumble so you can interact in the chat. The chat feed that you see live on the screen in the video comes from the Rumble, exclusive on Rumble. My direct Rumble link is bitcoinnewsalerts.net. bitcoinnewsalerts.net. Let's get it.
Watch the markets tremble, digital wealth on the rise. Crypto kings and queens, let's all claim the prize. No banks, no borders, freedom decentralized. Legend never lies, yeah, it's cryptographized. From the dark web days to mainstream praise. Crypto revolution hit a new heights and phase.
The Oracle says, my computer that is used for my cold storage runs Linux-based operating system. Smart, I dare say Linux is way superior to Windows. Windows sucks donkey balls. So that's a smart move right there. Back when I used to use a Windows computer before I ever got into Apple, it always get hacked. Like, it was inevitable. And Linux, I find it to be way superior. It's open source and definitely a better operating system. And of course, you can't trust Windows. Fucking Bill Gates. Anything attached to that guy's name, fuck it. Just saying. I know I'm preaching to the choir here.
Bitcoin's hitting 200K in 2025. Digital gold's got the vibe, it's coming alive. Watch the markets tremble, digital wealth on the rise.
Shout out Pam Powers, and I see we got 40 new followers to the X account already. So we're going to blow this mofo up. Fuck the hackers. We don't even need the account back. We're building from scratch. They can go fuck themselves. So if you're a scammer or a hacker, go fuck yourself.
Crypto kings and queens, let's all claim the prize.
It's a good, tight operating system that can be tightened even more. IP change restrictions to the process that they're allowed. Windows is far superior than Linux, but Linux is much safer. I don't know. I think some people would disagree with that, but I guess teach their own. It's preference at the end of the day. I just know I don't trust Windows, and for that reason, I would never use a Windows computer ever, or that operating system. The only operating system that could hack itself. Precisely. Shout out Ray Egan on the tracks, by the way. Just playing some random music here today. Shout out the Riz01. Where you at, brother? And for those joining the live stream late, little updates. I shared housekeeping earlier. Moving forward, the stream is exclusive on Rumble. The direct new URL for the rebrand is bitcoinnewsalerts.net. We are no longer Crypto News Alerts. So we're now the BNA fam, holding it down to the Bitcoin Cafe each and every day. And also the backup X account is now the primary account. It's the new verified account. We're streaming from it as well. And there will be no more YouTube live streams from my channel ever again. I'm no longer posting content on the YouTube after they demonetized and attacked me and continuously attack me. I know I'll wake up any day and it'll be completely terminated. So I'm not going to waste my time or energy on the YouTube platform any longer. So if you're one of the few watching on YouTube right now, you have to join us on the Rumble, bitcoinnewsalerts.net, or join us on the X, because we're not going to be on the platform supporting YouTube any longer. You've been warned.
Crypto kings and queens, let's all claim the prize.
Let's go. We're claiming the prize. And being it's the final YouTube stream, I don't mind playing copywritten music on it because I'm done with the channel. I mean, so I guess we get to play a little Mikey Sailor.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use fiat
What do we call them, folk?
currency as a store of value. We call them poor. We call them poor.
Yeah, so if you just use the direct link, bitcoinnewsalerts.net, it'll take you to the proper Rumble. I do have 2 Rumble accounts. The original one is always going to say Crypto News Alerts, But the one with the most followers, I believe there's over 4,000. Let me verify it so you guys know you're on the right account. So when I open the Rumble app, this is one of my accounts, Crypto News Alerts. There's only 345 followers. But if you go directly to bitcoinnewsalerts.net, it'll take you to my secondary channel. So for example, let me see if I can do that on here. Or actually, I'm thinking out loud. Do you think it'll just be easier to show you on my screen? Let me put down the Sage. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'll do a little screen share really quick, broskies. So let's open up the Rumble. This is Rumble, right? I'm going to go to my channels. And Bitcoin News Alerts is a channel, 4,734 followers. That's the one you're looking for. That's the one we're live streaming from. And this is the core focus moving forward. You're going to notice the brand says Bitcoin News Alerts. You're going to notice the icon, the classic JV logo with the Bitcoin logo in the back. And it's going to show 4,000 plus followers with 58 subs, which are paid memberships. So shout out to people like our Oracle and everyone who has been gifting memberships, because we already have 58 paid memberships on the channel. But this is the channel. However, if you end up on the wrong channel for some reason, it'll still work because you can still find all these videos on the other channel. So even if you're on the Crypto News Alerts channel, you'll still be able to find the same videos. And look at this, already earning the big bucks on here. I think this was my biggest payday ever on the Rumble, thanks to you guys. So greatly appreciate that. Looks like we got 738,000 views already, but that's not what I intended to share with you, so my bad. But go to the dashboard. Oh, this is the dashboard, that's why. And go to my content. So for example, if I go to my content, you're going to be able to find the videos listed on both channels. So if you're confused, either way will do the trick. But I would encourage you guys to just go directly to the direct URL, bitcoinnewsalerts.net. It'll take you to the Rumble. And again, this is where we'll be streaming moving forward. And being I'm sharing my screen, I might as well share with you on X what's going on over here as well for those joining the stream maybe a little late. Let me go to my new profile here. And again, this is the Q&A segment of the stream. We already did the news segment, but this is the new profile I had to create. I actually created it back in January when I was with Max and Brandon Martin over in El Salvador. He was nudging me like, JV, you need a backup account. You need a backup account. He was also like, yo, you should rebrand. You should rebrand to Bitcoin News Alerts. Did you know calling a Bitcoiner, referring to Bitcoin as crypto is worse than saying the N-word? That's a quote from Max, by the way. It's like, you're right. So I created this backup account, and lo and behold, we're using the backup account. This account currently has 596 followers. Let's get it above 600 here. You'll notice this is me and Max. You'll notice that Crypto News Yes has been hacked. This is my old account I've had since 2019. It is officially hacked and under control of the hackers, so I have no control of it. So notice where it says 40,000 followers. It's currently under control of the hackers, and the hackers were smart enough to delete the pump fund scams that I've been reporting. So that's why they're not there any longer. But notice June 12th, the last post, that's because that was the last day I actually had control of the account. It got hacked on June 12th, right after my live stream, and I haven't had access to the account since. So as a backup, moving forward, again, the new account is BTC News Alerts, which is this account you're looking at here. It says under review. It'll officially be blue marked probably within the next 24 hours. You'll notice the blue mark on it. I started the process last night, and I created 2 more accounts, Bitcoin Cafe 11 and BTC News Alerts 11, both as backups, and where I could also utilize it to repost your guys' comments and quotes at the live stream. If you guys can follow both accounts, just in case shit hits the fan, it's appreciated. This is an official JV account right here. Again, the handle is Bitcoin Cafe 11. And then there's another one here, which is BTC News Alerts 11, which are both being utilized as official backup accounts. So you might as well go ahead and follow them. And again, I greatly appreciate that, guys. Greatly appreciate it. and checking my notifications here. Let's go, Fairground. Sweet Bitty McGee, always on it. Let's go, JV. New digs. Can you dig it? Keeping it fair. And what I love to do when you guys support me with these comments and quotes of the stream, I always heart it and I always repost it. And then when I get a chance, I'll repost it from my backup accounts as well. And I'll help blow up your account because you're helping me get more eyeballs on my stream. And this is how we ultimately orange pill the masses by hacking the algorithm. And this is what it's all about. Never mess with JV. Closing channels opens new doors. You're 100% right with that. And that was me ranting. I put, why is X support so useless? What's the point of paying for a premium account when hackers can take it over? And support is of no help. And earlier I wrote, after 6 days of waiting for X support to get back to me regarding my premium hacked account, I finally got an email today stating, hello, thanks for reaching out. We've investigated your report and it seems like you still have control of your account. No, it's just the hackers were smart enough to delete the scams from the profile and they still have control of my motherfucking account. So I put, does anyone know anyone working for X who can actually assist me with recovering the hacked account? Because ideally, I would like to get access back and use it as a backup to repost shit. And so at least that's my thinking. But there's my rants, and now you understand what's going on X, what's going on YouTube, and what's going on the Rumble moving forward. You feel me? That's awesome, JV. Finally, we getting somewhere. Nice, JV. New channel. I like to share my methods of security on my Bitcoin. That is, if I had any. Precisely. I once met Satoshi, and just like Scottie Pippen, Serge. Such BS. Yeah, I dare say. It'd be a game changer if support was actually helpful. I mean, imagine a social network with real support. Wow. Especially if you're paying for it with a premium account. That'd be mind-boggling. I'd feel a lot more confident. But yeah, in the back of my mind, it's like any social media account can be taken over by scammers or the overlords in control. So shit, you got to build your backups now, ladies and gents. I would encourage all of you, if you're on X, create some fucking backup accounts because you may wake up one day to a hacked account and support will do jack shit to help you. And keep it in mind, I'm like kind of like a semi-influencer. I have some like well-connected friends like Max Kaiser. And even with him sharing it, support is useless. So just imagine the ordinary person that doesn't have access to influencers with 600, 700,000 followers. Good luck getting your account back is what I'm trying to say. So create the backup accounts now. Prepare for the storm now, because if shit hits the fan, you're not going to have a backup. You're not going to have a way to communicate. If I didn't have my backup X account, I'd have no way to communicate with any of you. So it would be a nightmare. So I'm so grateful I created that backup account when I did. You feel me? JV has dealt with the SOCOM mad respect. Thank you. Shout out Paris Hilton, a fellow Aquarius, fellow Bitcoiner. Mad respect. Do you still have the control of the email that was attached? I obviously, in my email inbox, I did respond to the lackluster support response, and I said, you're inaccurate. I have absolutely no control of my account because as soon as the hacker took control of it, they reset the two-factor authenticator somehow. They changed my password, and they changed the email associated with the account. So if I try to log in, and reset the password, it's going to a fucking different email that the hackers created and set up. It's not going to me. So I can't access my account, and support is utterly fucking useless. X should be able to see your device 100%. If they actually look into it and a real human looks into it, they'll be able to say, wow, he last had access to his account on the 12th. Since then, all these pump fund scams were, posted and they've been taken down, thank God. And then they could probably look at the fact that the scammers are DMing all of my audience trying to scam them. And then all they have to do is reset the account to the original email that I have access to, because the scammers do not have access to my email. They switched the fucking email after they got access to the account. So it's crazy. That's unless JV's daughter is trolling him from his phone. Hope you don't have any hot wallet. Yeah, I'm not concerned. The one thing they can't steal is Bitcoin. I've already had credit cards hacked. My different accounts, my Uber account was hacked. Lots of things got hacked in the past few weeks. The one thing not hacked, Bitcoin, because I don't own any. I lost it all in a boating accident. Tax that, hacker, shitcoin pushers. The email change alone should be proof enough. Exactly. Support is like dealing with retards. And I say that respectably, but they're probably just regular minimum wage employees that are really retarded and they're too stupid. Clearly, the hackers are smarter than the support. Clearly. It was my post from yesterday, JV, that helped you today. You got to refresh my memory. Which particular post there, brother? Uber too. Yeah, my Uber got hacked. My Apple Pay got hacked. And I had all these fucking Uber charges. I don't use Uber. I have my own car. And I had like thousands of dollars in like every day Uber transactions. But this must have been hacked about 2 months ago. So someone's been targeting me. I don't know what's going on. So all I know is the one thing that can't be hacked, Bitcoin. So fuck around, find out. I'm out my motherfucking mind right now. JB, don't you get like 6% tax on most of your bidding? Don't you get 6% tax? No. What do you mean get tax? You mean I pay 6% tax? No, I don't pay any tax on crypto. I don't pay any tax on investments. I live in Puerto Rico and I have my Act 60 decree. We don't pay taxes, or I should rephrase that. We don't pay capital gains taxes on any investment, including Bitcoin. I might apply for a job in the account. Shit, they can use you, brother. Bitcoin's secure, unlike banks, unlike fiat, unlike everything else in the world. I've got to delete my Uber account. I won't use them after they left me stranded in Vegas. Tell me more. What the fuck happened there? They left you stranded. Unbelievable. Unbelievable and unacceptable. Unacceptable. But anyways, let me check the feed here. Repost you guys. Can't stop, won't stop. Cheers, brother. Appreciate the support. A bada boom. And how many people we got live? So yeah, this account is approaching 600 followers. Again, it's a new account, BTC News Alerts. Wow. 500 live viewers, and we only have 600 followers. Incredible. So by the time we get 40,000 followers, I'm anticipating 40,000 live viewers on our stream. That's going to be the silver lining that makes it all worth it. Mark my motherfucking words, haters. We're going to soon have 20, 30, 40,000 live viewers on our stream. Mark my motherfucking words. That's phenomenal, by the way. I love those numbers. Brand new account. 500 followers, 500 live viewers. That's how it should be. So cheers to you guys. Thank you. And of course, we're on the Rumble as well. We got about 100 or so. And we also are today only live on the YouTube. This is the final notice to the YouTube community. The very final stream. This is our farewell. So if you don't join us on the Rumble or on X, you'll never see another live stream from yours truly. That's only on the biddy he bought in Puerto Rico after attaining the special status. We're coming back. Guess who's back? Back again. JV's back. Tell a friend. Nipsey's back. Nipsey's back. Nipsey's back. Dun, dun. We just got to keep on reposting for the numbers to go up. Exactly. And imagine once Max reposts the live stream versus the precursor to the live stream. Because typically, whenever Max would repost it on the previous account, we shoot up to 8,000 live viewers. I think the last time he reposted the live stream, we had over 8,000 live viewers. So you can only imagine. My scooter almost completely ran out of charge, and I called the handicap Uber, and they canceled after accepting the ride. Bastards. I called it again. It happened again. Wow. Finally called the I'm sorry to hear that. That makes no sense, too, because you requested a special handicap Uber, so it's like they knew what they were getting into. It's not like they're surprised when they get there. So some people are just bad people, man. Bitcoin News Alerts is going to catch more. I agree 100%. I can already feel the support unlike ever before. So I'm feeling blessed, even though it's been a very turbulent fucking past few weeks, to say the motherfucking least. So I'm very hopeful. I mean, I'm very hopeful. Shit happens for a reason. And sometimes hindsight's 20/20. And sometimes as we're going through the tribulations, we don't understand why. But after a few years, like, oh shit, that was God's plan. This was all by design. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. And I'll strike the gong to that. Keep pumping the biddy. I didn't use them after that. I took Lyft to the airport. Oh, I don't blame you after being stranded twice. Not a good look, Uber. I've also had some very bad experiences with Uber here in Puerto Rico. I'm not going to front. I do use Uber Eats often, but I rarely will use an Uber. You feel what I'm saying? Doesn't it feel good that the owner of the Rumble's a Bitcoiner? Exactly. So here's the deal. If I got attacked on Rumble somehow, some way, I actually have a real human to help rectify the situation. The problem with fucking YouTube, there's no real humans. They're all AI or bots pretending to be real humans, pretending to review the appeals. I know for a fact it's not a real human. Right? And that's the problem. And that's the issue with X. That's the issue with fucking YouTube. But on Rumble, again, shit hits the fan. I'll tag Chris, the CEO, or I'll talk to Chris personally at the next Max and Stacy Invitational in fucking El Salvador. I'll go visit him. We'll have a sit down and we'll talk like mafia bosses with big fat sticks of sage lit. And we'll say, hey, what's the game plan? You know what I mean? And we'll get right back in the thing. And you already know. But yeah, I agree with that 100%. Fuck YouTube, moving forward, Rumble only. Should have done this a long time ago, but hey, again, hindsight's 2020. What are you gonna do?
People that use
Rumble actually has real customer support. Go figure.
fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor. We call them poor. Okay.
Sailor makes a great point on that one. Let me know if you agree. I'm just reposting you guys from the backup accounts right now. I'll get as many eyeballs as possible on the stream as we're continuing to climb. My software shows we have 646 live viewers collectively. It may be a little higher than that. So not too shabby considering my first time streaming on this X account. In fact, that's quite impressive. I'm impressed. So thank you guys. I appreciate every single repost, every comment, every quote. It does help. You guys are truly a blessing. So thank you guys. All right. The Lyft guy. Shit, I missed that comment. The Lyft guy was nice, veteran, talked instead of being someone that couldn't understand where I was going when I told them. Uber Eats steal people food. Oh, they do steal people's food. I'm glad you mentioned that. I had a Uber Eats guy who pretended to drop my food off at the security at my gate instead of coming in for whatever reason. Typically, they just go through the gate and drop it off at your house. He's like, I dropped it off at the security. It was like a huge order, like $100 worth of food, and he just fucking stole it. I went to the security on my e-bike. I'm like, where's my food? It's like, oh, there was no drop off of food. And these motherfuckers actually have the balls to steal your food and pretend they delivered it, these scumbags. It just goes to show you the state of the world right now. There's a lot of scumbags out there. They will steal your food and fucking eat it and charge you for it. The silver lining is I contacted support and got a refund and said I never received my motherfucking food. Hence, they never received the PIN code to verify it was even delivered. So there was no questions asked. They just refunded me. And that motherfucker can go fuck himself. But crazy world we're living in, gentlemen. Crazy world.
Well. You know what time it is. Whew. We back, baby.
What are some of the good neighborhood cities to look at for Puerto Rico? I'll be quite honest with you. In my area, you're not going to find nothing in that range. The house I'm living in went up significantly in the past 3 years. Yeah, I mean, and so a community like mine is going to start at $1 million, and it'll go up to $3 million. And that's right. The nearby neighborhoods being built around me are multi-million dollars. You can't really find much for that price in the area I'm in, at least on the outskirts of the San Juan. What you can find is not going to be single family residential properties. It's going to be condos. Plenty of high-rise condos in the city, $500,000, 2-bedroom, maybe 3-bedroom. As far as single family residences, $1 million and up, unless you're living in a non-desirable city very far away from San Juan. Other part of the island, absolutely. You can afford things way more inexpensive. But my point is, inflation's a motherfucker, and things are extremely inflated in Puerto Rico. Extremely. You know what I mean? You want to rent a decent single family home similar to this? $8,000 a month. So shit's not cheap here whatsoever. So don't think it's cheap. You're looking for something affordable, I can recommend El Salvador. El Salvador, you'll find some good deals. Yeah, I mean, less than $100,000, you can have a new house. You're not going to find those deals in Puerto Rico. Those days are over. So, yeah, I mean, $1 million for a condo. It depends. There's multi-million-dollar condos. Yeah, I mean, there's more affordable condos that are older for maybe a few $100,000. But my point is, it's not cheap. Property is extremely inflated on this island. I need Bitcoin to go to 250,000. Exactly. Oh man, I got to go cook all it. Do what you got to do there, Serge. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, very expensive overall. You can probably find like old single family residences and less desirable communities for a few $100,000. So don't get it twisted. You can find plenty, and just go to Zillow and you can do a search right now. You can find a lot of options, but I mean, El Salvador, no tax advantage if you're an American unless you give up the citizenship. Where there's a loophole around that, you can get your citizenship practically for free. Max Kaiser has shared the loophole before. So if you're very serious about that, there are solutions where you don't have to pay $1 million for citizenship. You can get it naturally for free or virtually free if you're willing to live there. Yeah, I mean, I live in a backwater. The rent here is $1,500 a month. I don't know what a backwater means, but that's pretty affordable, $1,500 a month. You're not going to find anything here unless it's a very old condo for $1,500 a month. Probably a 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom in a very old building. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, inflation's no joke. Let's see here. Adam put premium. Why wouldn't you just check it's a new email address, not the original one? Exactly. Thank you, Adam. It's like as if it's rocket science. All they need to see is the email was fucking updated, and send the original email before they switched it to reset the account, and that would solve the whole fucking issue. That's what I suggested to them in my response. Yeah, I mean, but it took 6 days to get the initial response. So would I wait another 6 days for them to see that? Which makes no sense. But I appreciate you guys supporting me on that. Crazy. Since my divorce, I have chosen to rent and have a roommate so I can DCA for more of the biddy. You got to do what you got to do, Melda. Welcome to the divorce lifestyle, by the way. A few years ago in 2021, it was 500. So it tripled in 4 fucking years, you're telling me, Oracle. It's the USA passport that obligates you tax-wise. El Salvadoran citizen does not exempt you. I'm not going to give tax advice because that's not my expertise, but wealthy people always figure out the tax loopholes. And what I will say, there's absolutely available tax loopholes to avoid getting raped to pay taxes, but you have to look into that. You know what I mean? You got to put in your 10,000 hours like anything else. I started researching this back in 2017. You know what I mean? So this is nothing new to me. I've done my motherfucking homework. There's a reason I'm in Puerto Rico. Yeah, I mean, crazy how it's, yeah, it is crazy, man. And you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. Some of the property values in my community went up $500,000 in 3 years. I just came across a guy in my community the other day. I was walking the NIP. He actually purchased it pre-construction before the whole community was built, and he got like a killer deal. He's like, I got my house for like $400,000. I'm like, whoa. And he's like, yeah, now they're going for over $1 million. I'm like, whoa. Crazy. But want to know the ultimate store value? Bitcoin, because Bitcoin was damn near less than 20,000 3 years ago, less than 3 years ago. Look at it now, over 500% increase, obviously surpassing real estate and making real estate gains look like a chump. So Bitcoin will always be the ultimate safe haven and store value. Read your last comment. You got it. My house is now worth 750. Whoa. only the U.S. and China tax citizens abroad permanently. Yeah, in China, you can't leave your house to like a hair when you die. It goes to the government. When I lived there, that's what they told me. The government just takes it. So I'm like, why would people even buy a house knowing it's going to get donated to the government? Like, what the fuck? Shit's not adding up. This is burning like a champ right now. I'm going to put it in the ashtray. Hopefully I don't burn this office down. You know what I mean? Real estate is going up because exactly. That's the deception there, Melda. Of course, real estate's only going up because the dollar is going down. Quoting the high priest, Bitcoin has no top, fiat has no bottom. Wow. What year did you buy that? Oracle, was it in 2021 for 155? And now it's worth 750. And that's in North Carolina. Correct me if I'm wrong, or South Carolina. I always confuse the two. Off the grid when the shit hit. What we going to do when... I think we should all go link up with Murphy's Farm in El Salvador and cop ourselves a fucking bungalow or whatever the hell he's building. You know what I mean? Let's help some local Salvadoran families and let's prepare for the revolution, which will not be televised. The revolution is here, I dare say. Unlimited access to food, plants, shit, for 1 Bitcoin or less. Sounds pretty damn desirable to me. 2017. Wow. So you bought that with a half an acre or 5 acres. So you bought it for $150,000 in South Carolina in 2017. And now 8 years later, $750,000. Goes to show you inflation, yo. 600 2017, now 950 in North Cal. Holy shit. Nuts. And we are back above 105, wanted dead or alive. Melda the Witch. That's why we BTC. Baby. You know what I mean?
Can be rich on crypto, put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow, wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin gold, all you have to do is to buy and sell. Anyone can be rich on crypto, put your money up, it's a gamble anyhow, wish it ain't the way to Bitcoin.
We're so damn close. We're 1 follower away from hitting the 600 milestone. Come on, guys. We need 1 more follower. We do have 600... Wow, 500 to be exact. 559 people watching the stream on X. So virtually, that means we have a live viewer for every follower, which is unheard of. Literally, there's accounts that have hundreds of thousands of followers that only get like 1,000 people on their live streams. So the numbers we're doing right now are pretty impressive. So again, I want to thank you guys for the support, the extra support during these times. Lady of the 5 acres. That's what I'm saying. California is expensive. My old house, San Diego's going for over $1 million. I would love to move to San Diego. Would you accept the Bitcoin? I'm sure you'll find some people who would sellers who would accept Bitcoin, and especially California, San Diego. Beautiful place to be. But anyways, I think we're going to end the stream. It's 5:55. I'll be back tomorrow, same bit time, same bit channel. I'm going to read a couple more comments. My old house in Upper Darby, PA is worth $250. I sold it for $100. It is an old 1950 row home. I wish I had known the principles of Bitcoin 10 years ago. I would have been on track for 5 years, or I have been on track for 5 years. Well, congratulations being on track for 5 years. That's no small feat. That's an entire cycle. So well done. Keep going, JV. Well, one last reminder, if you guys tuned in late, moving forward, it's now Bitcoin News Alerts, no more CNA, it's BNA, and we will continue to stream each and every day on this Rumble account. The direct link is bitcoinnewsalerts.net. Again, bitcoinnewsalerts.net, and we will also... As of today, we begin streaming alongside the Rumble on the new X account, which is BTC News Alerts. Again, the handle on the new X, BTC News Alerts. We will be streaming moving forward only on Rumble and the new X. And no more YouTube. Today was the final YouTube live stream after 7 years of posting video content over there. It's now officially over. I look forward to seeing you guys on tomorrow's stream. Make it a great day. And Oracle, please pick up your phone.
Pump it up, don't you know?